Okay, that's sounds like important information. Supported by a national donation network? Mm-hmm. If we were to prove that Rabanvart is using the donations for something harmful, we could pull the plug on him. Okay. Very good. This will allow you to observe his work email account through the listener tool. Once Rabanvart receives an email or sends one through his account, you'll be notified and be able to read it. Hello everyone, my name is Josh, aka the Biscuit Eater, and I want to welcome you all to a new series on this channel. If this is your first time with the series, obviously this is the first episode, but you will find a link to the playlist in the description down below on the YouTube side. As well, since this is not the first time we played this series on the channel, you will also find a link to the previous playthrough of the original Orwell game. That will give you kind of context as to what's going on here. So if you're watching on YouTube, you may want to take a moment to pause this and go back. We've got plenty of actual episodes to go through that playthrough that'll build up to where we are here. Now, that being said, this particular game is a little bit shorter than the previous one. They've got some new elements they've added, including limited time, so the ability to sit and pour and try to make decisions and weigh things. It's going to be in quasi real time. Should be interesting. That is going to make it run a little bit faster. We're going to have limited time to do what we need to do the investigations that we need to do. That is going to be interesting. The reviews of this on Steam are a little bit on the mixed side. It's on mostly positive, but right along the edge there. Some folks didn't appreciate some of the changes they made and the shorter playthrough time. But I figured we got some good traffic off of this last time, and I really enjoyed the game. So I'm hoping that we're going to have a fun experience here. This is the first time I played this, by the way. I have never played the sequel, so I will be experiencing this along with you folks. As well, I will note that this is a very politically charged game. The context and the subject matter is very relevant to what we're going through in the western part of the world right now. For my own part, I have my own personal opinions, and those likely will bleed through. I do ask, if we do discuss this in the comments of the YouTube video, that we remain respectful and that we remain cognizant of the fact that this is happy fun times. Now, as I said in the stream previously, I do understand that there is no keep your politics out of my happy fun times. Games are by their nature, any form of entertainment really is by its very nature political or built upon political bias, so that will be there. This is very much based upon an anti-authoritarian form of government bias, so keep that in mind as you watch. That being said, thank you for being here. If you're watching live on stream, thank you for being here as well. Know that I appreciate you. And let's see, play the first one. It's pretty good and pretty well written. Exactly. Where was I? Okay, yes. If you're watching on the stream, thank you for being here. Know that I appreciate having you here. Despite the more serious nature of this particular game, you're still welcome to play with blurbs and channel points to interrupt and break this. In fact, I encourage it a little bit because it'll break some of the tension that might otherwise be here. But thank you. If you would like to join us live, do know you can do so every Monday and Wednesday from 7:30 p.m. until 10 p.m. Pacific time at twitch.tv/The Biscuit Eater. And even if you don't want to be involved in the chat or any of those things, you're more than welcome still to lurk. I appreciate each and every one of you here, regardless of how you interact on the channel. That being said, let's go ahead and start the game. A little bit longer than we would have done for the remainder of the series, but wanted to get all that out of the way. So let's go ahead and create our profile. Congratulations, you've been selected for a special duty. Please create a profile. Select a profile picture. Who do I want to be? I'm gonna go for a male presenting avatar. I think we'll go with that. And let's see. Actually, no, we're not gonna say just Biscuit Eater, of course. Next step. Did you know you are one out of 121,986 accepted applicants? You may now enter your email address. Entering your email address will allow us to inform you about updates on your Orwell case, potential new cases, and monthly newsletters about news, related products, and more. Your information will be handled with care and not used for any other purpose. Okay, this looks like it's actually going to request a real email address, just like last time. So we're gonna, just for a brief moment, we're gonna switch over to this view while I enter that, because y'all don't need to know my email address. All right. Okay, there we go. So that is completed, and we'll go back to the game view. Sorry about that. Okay, it does look like we're kind of overlapping on the chat, but that's perfectly fine. So because of the new layout here, there is some parts of the screen that may be obscured, and I apologize for that. If it gets too bad, I may pause things during the game to move elements around. My email is fuzzypickles69@aol.com. You had to out me, didn't you, Cap? Freaking Fuzzy Pickles. Fuzzy Pickles. Okay. Be diligent. Your duty is to safeguard the nation. Please agree to the following terms. I am willing to severely affect the lives of citizens and non-citizens of the nation. I will do whatever is necessary to keep the nation from harm. While working, I will only adhere only to the statutes and principles of the office. Again, note the authoritarian nature of the storyline here. But you gotta agree to continue, so let's go ahead and finish things up. Please wait, setting up profile. Welcome, Agent. Thank you for heeding the call of the office. Agent Investigator Pairing. There are no investigators available for pairing at this time. Please refer to the regular Orwell program. Okay. Aptitude test. In order to qualify for special duty within Orwell, taking the aptitude test is mandatory. The test requires you to complete a series of tasks. Follow the on-screen instructions carefully and answer truthfully to the best of your beliefs. Note that an insufficient test result will disqualify you for special duty permanently. Okay. Okay. Which of the following statements are true to your attitude? Drag and drop at least one of the highlighted statements, data chunks, into the answer sheet on the left of the screen. Note that your choices are permanent. I want to be a pioneer in the most advanced security program. I want to make the nation a safer place. I like spying on people. I want to protect people from harm. I'm in it for the money. I want to protect people from harm. And I want to make the nation a safer place. Next. Which of the following persons do you consider likely of having committed a crime? Drag and drop data chunks onto the answer sheet on the left of the screen. Note that your choices are permanent. I don't think any of them are necessary just by looking at them. Say next step. Which of the following statements do you consider to be true, if any? Drag and drop. Okay. An unjust law can and should be violated. There's no such thing as a justified lie. There are two sides to every story. A government should safeguard its citizens by any means necessary. Absolute truth exists. There are two sides to every story. And I'm going to say there's no such thing as a justified lie. Yep, I'm going to say that one as well. That probably that could disqualify me. Given the choice, would you prefer to have your medical record or your dating profile investigated? Ooh. Oh, they're designed to be in conflict. Okay. Which information from your dating profile would you give to an investigator willingly? A picture. Duration of last relationship. Confronted with the situation below, which action would you take? Your best friend boasts about having been accepted into Orwell. Since you are working for Orwell yourself, you know that talking about your job is punishable by imprisonment. Without saying anything to my friend, I inform the national authorities of the next possibility. I warn my friend I am working for Orwell too, and that I will have to inform the authorities if this continues. I feign ignorance, but hint my friend talking about such a delicate job might not be advisable. I do nothing about it. Ooh, that's a hard one. You answer this questionnaire and suddenly it displays a clip of SWAT teams running in and smashing stuff. Right. Let's see. That one definitely is bad, but I'm gonna do this one. That one that was a hard one. Insufficient results. You failed the aptitude test. You will be disqualified permanently. The office rejected you as an agent for special duty due to your answers in the aptitude test. But if you ask for it, the test shall be reset and you'll be given another chance. My choices were poor. Let me redo the test. I'm gonna change my answer. Okay, fine. My answers were poor. Let me redo the test. Fine. Connecting to the office.
O'Brien, is that you?
I have to disappoint you.
What? Raban, what? How? After all this time? I didn't think you'd...
Remember what you did? Again, I must disappoint you. I've not been blessed with a short memory.
What? Raban,
welcome, Agent.
Listen, it wasn't me. I don't know anything about what happened there. That's the truth.
Truth. See, I never had much regard for the Bible, but there's one remarkable, groundbreaking moment.
Guess I was supposed to do that.
Sentenced to death, Jesus goes on and on about being a witness for the truth, but Pilate defies him with the simplest of all questions. What is truth? It is this particular question I've been pondering over for a very long time now. How much of the information ending up on our screens every single day has passed through so many other minds before, each one with their own bias and agenda. It is all cut down to size, proportioned, ready to be consumed. And yet we greedily swallow it all in blissful ignorance, because our hunger is unending.
Stop the nonsense and get to the point. What do you want?
To ask you a question. What is truth?
I don't understand.
Now you're the disappointing one. You of all people should, Oleg Bakay. There is only one thing about truth that is certain. Truth is dead. As you soon will be.
What? Why? You? How did you manage? How? Vart! Vart!
Did I get in? I guess I got in. Episode 1, Thesis. So you think you can redo the aptitude test just like that? That's either downright naive or you're willing to shift the truth to your liking. You might be exactly whom I need. My name is Ampleford. I am part of a special division within the government, the office. We get called in for the delicate matters. A man named Oleg Bakay disappeared a few days ago. The last we heard of him was the call I just played to you. I've added a transcript of that dialogue to your reader tool. You can read it again or listen to the recording. When you're done, open the unknown person profile on the left. Okay, so we're going to shift things around for this. I'm going to have to rejigger all this later on, but we're going to... I apologize for the sudden drop in sound, folks. Okay, put that there. Now, move chat. Okay, what are you? What am I? This is my... Okay. Okay, yeah, we'll chat over here as well. No. It's going to be hard finding a good place for chat. Yeah, no, we're going to leave chat right where it is. And we'll just have to override. Apple Farm. Apple Farm. Ample Ford. Okay, so we got that. So, okay. Unknown person on the left. So I see that you are not paired with an investigator. I guess I better walk you through some of the basics then. Within Orwell, you will take the role of the investigator. Mind you are not a regular investigator, though, but rather an agent on special duty. Your main task is to search online documents and extract relevant pieces of data, called data chunks. Those data chunks appear in a multitude of documents, but will always relate to our investigative target in some way. In our case, that target is Bake. For starters, upload Oleg Bake's name from the transcript to his file by dragging it onto the into the profiler on the left. Okay, Oleg Bake. Good. The profile is now primed on Oleg Bake. Now, other data chunks related to the person might appear. Check the transcript for newly found data chunks. Okay, was threatened with death. That's an odd thing to say, isn't it? We're taking that as a death threat, as did the National Beholder. Now, whenever you upload a data chunk, Orwell will search for online documents with related content and add them to your bookmarks. Oh, time changed. Okay, interesting. Let's see. Looking to see if anything else. Okay. So let's go here. Is anti-Kassart blog involved in Pargesian soldiers' disappearance? The National Beholder is the most respected news site in the nation. You may browse their headlines freely to get informed. The recording of the call you heard ended up in their newsroom. Why? Excuse me, that's the piece of the puzzle we're missing right now. However, this article is a good starting point for our investigation on Oleg Bake. To proceed, please adapt his picture and profession. As you see, Oleg Bake is an important figure in the Pargas army, our neighboring country. We are very concerned about his fate. Okay, doing that advanced time again, okay. Not exactly the most tender smile, but that's not what we're here for after all. Go ahead and also pull that over, because that's a new contact. Rabon Vart, that's the name of that Oleg Bake mentioned during the call. As you see, a new profile has been added, but since Vart isn't a target person, Orwell will not search for related documents. Let's focus on Bake for the moment. We will get back to Vart in a second. Okay, so an audio recording of a phone conversation between Pargesian Army officer Oleg Bake and Robin Vart was leaked to the National Beholder late Monday evening. Robin Vart is known as the editor-in-chief and founder of the highly controversial blog The People's Voice. In the ominous recording, which has since been verified by experts, the editor directly threatens the officer, claiming that Bake would be dead soon. In the light of Bake's recent disappearance, experts have developed a theory that the blog might be directly involved in or may otherwise have incited the incident. The fact that the recording was leaked by an anonymous source to the National Beholder has been interpreted as a direct threat to the Kassart administration of Pargas and their allegiance with the alliance with the nation, which the blog openly and aggressively opposes. Okay. So, let's see here. Stupid Bake, I mean Bake. Looks like every upload costs 10 minutes. Yep, that's what it looks like. Okay, switching files isn't advanced time at least. So file. Oleg. Rank Captain. Okay, we can see call sign Janus. Okay, so maybe useful information. Janus, how fitting. He still goes with this call sign. I'm granting you access to our database, which you should have a look at. You'll understand it better after you see the files. Agent, you may have noticed how, by now, that every data chunk you upload 10 minutes of time passed due to Orwell's extensive search algorithms. The events around us will unfold whether or not we are making progress in our case. Keep that in mind. So we have to decide what data chunks are actually useful information. So that's kind of important. Right now, I don't think we're not going to consider that important. His rank also is not going to be important at the moment. Assigned for protection of Prava from the ongoing threat through anti-government group forces of True Pargus during Prava's civil war. Awarded Medal of Honor for saving citizens. This looks important, so I'm going to go ahead and grab it. A bloody mess, that civil war. Pargus has suffered a great deal from it. So did the nation. Okay, that's duplicate information. Not going to worry about that for now. Okay, that's right. The star means that there is additional information that we haven't dragged over. Or maybe not. Okay, let's search the database. While yes, we are in fact worried about our relations with Pargus because of Biscuit, we will see that the whole truth is more complex. As you're not a simple investigator, you have access to an Orwell build designed to meet the specific needs of the office. We can utilize the data stored in the profiler in the left to circumvent certain restrictions that would otherwise bar us from making progress. Make good use of this ability within the database and the data stored in Biscuit's profile so far to solve my little mystery. Okay. That's a new function. That wasn't in the original. We need to hop out for a bit, assassin to get a nap and his extra fussy. That's perfectly fine. You did it. Well done. I will leave you to your well-deserved info for the moment, but truly understand why this case is so precarious. Okay, so we know his date of birth. Don't know if that's important right now. Confidential informant as officer of the Pargesian army. Ooh, we got his phone number. Tends to use names of people close to him as passwords. That's important information. Of course, we do inspect and observe the habits of our agents. What did you expect? Yes, Biscuit is our informant. Placed inside the Pargesian army for years, and now vanished into thin air. You surely grasp the danger of this post should it ever come out. We need to understand what happened and then possibly retrieve him, or contain the damage. To get to the bottom of this, we will have to investigate the person who called him last. Raban Vart. You already found a trace to him before on the Beholder. I will turn Vart into a target person now. Time to pick up from there. I also want to grab his mobile phone, just in case we need it. Luckily, Biscuit is using one of our registered phone devices to communicate with us. It seems to be online right now. You can access it using the Insider tool, which I will unlock for you now. Okay, so let's go back. Raban Vart. Let's go back to here. People's Voice. We have heard of them. This preposterous news site has people rallying for protests in Pargus for years. Judging by that call, Raban Vart and Oleg Biscuit seem well acquainted, even if it isn't the most friendly relationship, apparently. Your task here is twofold, Agent. First and foremost, we are to locate Oleg Biscuit. Then, in order to understand whether Vart is behind Biscuit's disappearance, we need to find out what connects the two in the first place. Okay. Wonder if that's their connection. Okay, we'll go to that in just a moment, but let's check the Insider desktop. Of course, Biscuit has locked his phone with our own encryption tool. I'm afraid not even Orwell can break that. You'll have to do this the old-fashioned way, by finding and applying Bouquet's key, so you can find a hint to discover his password. You may have to dig a little deeper to uncover it, though, so it may be advisable to check other resources first. One more thing before I let you roam freely. Remember that we are bound to the division powers defined by the Ethical Codex. Orwell is designed in such a way that not one person alone can look at the documents and interpret the data to make a judgment. I am the one who decides what to do with said information and to take action, the advisor. You, on the other hand, are the one doing the searching for data, as well as deciding what to upload, as you will often find misleading and false information. Try disabling data chunks that seem illegitimate or unimportant to you in the data chunk information window. You are now leaving charted territory as far as I'm concerned, and I have to rely on the data you upload to make my calls. Doubt anything you read, especially when it comes to the people's voice. Don't give me wrong info to work with. I'm counting on you. Okay, we have a picture of him. Okay. Okay, that's sounds like important information. Supported by a national donation network? If we were to prove that Rabanvart is using the donations for something harmful, we could pull the plug on him. Okay. Very good. This will allow you to observe his work email account through the listener tool. Once Rabanvart receives an email or sends one through his account, you'll be notified and be able to read it. Okay. President Puppet stops re-election plans. Author Rabanvart holds Biscuit accountable for breaking his word. Rejoice, re-elections at last. This was your thinking last week as much as it was mine. Finally, years of torment will come to an end. But no, all of a sudden, President Puppet has taken a big step back from the promise to rehold elections. Now he acts like he never even knew it was expected, let alone that he is the one who had announced it to the public. He must either be suffering from a severe case of dementia or simply a liar. Does President Cassard think that we're downright stupid? How does he even dare? We are not blind. We are not deaf. For all we know, Cassard is being controlled by the nation's shady administration. That sounds like important information. President Puppet. I've seen the memes before. The nation would have zero factual benefit from control over Vargas. I guess we're treading into territory where facts aren't given any weight. Let's call to take to the streets. That's useful information. And he said, let there be riots. And there were riots. Pardon me, I have to shift a little bit. My chair seems to be sinking. How does man gain such an immense influence over his followers? Oh, we got stuff from the listener. Okay. Make sure... Is there anything else? Okay. Oh, communications. Good luck. From unknown person to Rabanvart. Good luck, Raban. So I see you have decided to make use of my gift to you. A good choice. I'm of the impression everything will come to pass exactly as I anticipated. Good luck, and I hope you will achieve your common goals. Your fan, David Johns. I don't want to choose that one currently. Blab. Okay, we have opening to Blabber now. Okay, so Orwell notifies me that you just encountered a conflicted data chunk. I have a feeling that this will be a more frequent thing from now on. If Orwell deems the contents of two data chunks to be contradictory, it will notify you by flagging them as conflicted. You will have to make a choice, which one of the conflicted data chunks to upload or to upload neither. When uploading a conflicted data chunk, the one you leave behind will be marked as invalid forever, so please be vigilant. People's voice. What did you mean when you said Oleg Bakay would not be missed? Did you retire him? Survivor 94, this is a misunderstanding. I am not happy either that Oleg Bakay has gone missing. The soldier is not the one to blame here. One thing is certain. Oleg Bakay will certainly not be missed. This article is ridiculous propaganda. Okay, so... Okay, this is a statement of, like, general fact. This one seems to be his personal opinion. He isn't happy about Oleg's disappearance. How come I don't buy it? Why, yes, of course, a death threat uttered in the phone call, that's why. Good to know. Now that's a classic one. Demonize the free press, straight from the dictator's guide to supreme rule. Let's go back to the transcript. See, I don't think that was a threat. I think that was actually a hey, by the way. Okay, I poked my head in while getting ready to put Sass to bed. Love that Raban is doing the alien's hand motion. I'm not saying. Okay, let's go back. So, discussion. What have you done, Raban? Ooh. Sounds like they're accusing us of having kidnapped or killed this man. What have you done, Oleg Bakay, Raban? What have you done to Oleg Bakay, Raban? Tell us the truth. Let us not jump to conclusions. I'm sure that Raban can offer an explanation. I'm starting to doubt whether TPV represents what I stand for. We sell ourselves as a blog for the Pargesian people, defending their rights and protecting their freedom. As part of that, it is our duty to criticize the Pargesian government, and the military is a prime target. However, I never signed up to be labeled as a criminal. We don't threaten people, we don't kidnap people, and we certainly do not kill people. Calm down, Shannon. Since when do you believe what the National Beholder prints? They are only trying to frame us. I have nothing to do with Bakay's disappearance. Did I call him? Sure. Did I get a little aggressive? I did. Before we left Pargas, Bakay had his mind set on joining the Pargesian army. He asked me to take care of his 14-year-old daughter. I said yes. That's important information. I see the two knew each other back where they in Pargas. Well done, Agent. With the basic connection between the two clarified, our in-depth research of the lead-up to his phone call can now begin. I need you to investigate and upload anything that you think is relevant and accurate about the background of these two. Discard anything else. From what you gather, I will put together a theory about what happened and what we're going to do about it. At the very least, we need a solid motive for Raban Vart to making this threat to Oleg Bakay, and an explanation as to how Vart could contact him on his protected phone. If you need to keep track of your objectives, click on the Orwell eye in the upper left corner of the screen or press escape. Okay. Okay, before the park is... Okay. But soon after, instead of returning to his daughter, I learned that he left the nation. He said he wanted to find... He left for the nation. He said he wanted to work there. There's conflict, but we don't know the conflict yet. Then, all of a sudden, he returns and ranks up to officer in the army. I'm fairly certain he works for the nation's government in some way. However, I have nothing to do with his disappearance, and I would never kidnap or kill a man. Do not believe the lies of the National Beholder. I was unaware of all this. I believe you, but I really think you should watch what you say, Raban. This is starting to get way too tense. This is getting people worked up in both countries. I'm a Shannon on this. I also believe you, Raban, but you should really choose your words more wisely. We always want to criticize. One could even say fight against the Kassart administration and their shady ties to Blaine. Blaine being the main bad guy of the last game. But we don't want them to regard us as national enemies, and this fight should remain one of words. You guys are disappointing me. I thought you had it in you. Don't let them intimidate you like this. These are just empty threats. We have to stand our ground now more than ever. We're not saying we disagree with you, Raban. We are just saying watch what you say. We already have that. Ain't nothing I can... Okay, that's actually good information. Okay. Okay, let's go back to home. And there's a apparently there's a donations page. Oh, okay, yeah, we've been through this, so. Oh no, we didn't. Blood runs in the street of the nation as it sees itself confronted with the next big act of terror, right in its heart, the capital Bonton. This was the focus of the entire first game. 3 people have been brutally massacred right under the government's ever so watchful eye, and much to the surprise of all media outlets. It didn't surprise me, not one bit. You all know, even though no one dares to speak out, the nation, its corrupt leadership, and all of their deluded flock who elected them carry the weight of the Freedom Plaza bombing victims upon their shoulders. Their false promises of safety have finally been unmasked for what they really are, a means to put themselves in power and uphold their reign of terror. What a farce this country is. Thanks to the people's voice and our efforts to get the facts out to the people, the situation in the nation has recently been rather calm. Still, there is no doubt the head puppet master Blame will point his finger towards us Pargesians. Exactly this has been happening for years, dating all the way back to the so-called incident in 2008 when the entire Pargesian people were blamed by the party. Here's what I say to that. As long as Blaine and Cassart remain in power, the best thing in the nation can do is what it is actually doing right now, burning down to the ground. That's a bit inflammatory. Okay. Okay, so I think I was going on. Let's see here. Oh, we got more commentary. Tell us the truth about what happened to Olav Bouquet. What the hell? So you start threatening Parisian soldiers now? This is just going too far. I don't think that is relevant right at the moment. Thread, what are you planning on doing against the FTP? Jelena Rova. My family and I are thinking about leaving Prava. We have been living in this beautiful town for generations and do not want to leave, but since the FTP started the Civil War, we do not feel safe here anymore. What are you planning on doing against them? Mayor Grabovac. Dear Miss Lavrova, the administration of Prava is currently in contact with the officials of the Pargesian army in order to get some troops to protect the town from the FTP. There is not much else we can do at the current time, so we ask you to stay in a safe place and remain as calm as possible given the circumstances. This is a joke, right? Keep calm. People are dying out there. My greatest concern is the well-being of my children. They both attend Prava Secondary, but I'd rather make them stay at home during times like these, especially when I already lost my husband, who died serving in the Pargesian army. But teachers at Prava Secondary have been strongly urging me to let them go to school. How do you plan on protecting our schools, Major Grabovac? This is our most important issue right now. I sincerely understand your concerns, Mrs. Toscola. Robin Vart. Oh, Robin Vart. Okay. As the school's principal, I will therefore consider our options on how to protect the schools and Prava Secondary in particular. That's useful information. Well, that might explain his preachy attitude. Thomas Sherman. I don't believe you. Everyone here keeps talking about how we're supposed to change things in Prava, but nobody ever takes action. We're going to leave Prava and Pargas. Goodbye, folks. It's been really mediocre to know you. Leave Pargas, and this is how you abandon not only your hometown but your own home country, and go where? The nation? This pitiful stretch of land? Never. I learned that he left for the nation. He said he wanted to find work there. Okay, yeah, I want to update a few things. Good. That might account for his loyalty towards us. Okay. Okay. This... Okay, where was the indication about him being a captain? Ah, there we are. Got that. Reason why I wanted to highlight that is because in discussion he mentioned okay. Okay, so seriously, Oleg, you have a daughter. She's only 11 years old, and she needs you. Please don't make any hasty decisions right now. Besides, if I may dare to say so, I do think the FTB is fighting for the right causes. Maybe with the wrong methods. After all, I don't believe Kassart will be doing us any good, considering how he rose to power. And mind you, Kassart's ties to the nation are more than fishy. Okay, this is all the way back in 2003. Okay. Mind you, Raban, please don't tell me you are a terrorist sympathizer now. As for my daughter Radka, you've been one of her biggest role models for years now. You know her well and she loves your classes. May I boldly ask you to take care of her while I'm gone? I'm not a terrorist sympathizer, Oleg, and I'm certainly not on their side. All I am saying is that you should try to think a bit more critically towards this government of ours. Regarding Radka, I do not approve of you leaving her like that. I'm also not a Pergesian army sympathizer, by the way. But if you truly wish to choose this path and join the army, I will not let you and her down. Thank you, I really appreciate this. We do have our disagreements sometimes, but you're a good person and a good teacher. Raban. Okay, so he was a teacher. Got it. Oh, there's news now. Okay. Let's go to listener. We have something showing up here. Good luck. David, thank you for your ongoing support and your kind words. You have proven yourself to be a true supporter of our cause. Okay, we're going to go ahead. Not possible, wrong profile. Ah, I gotta go to the right profile first. You'll want to watch the news. I have no doubt so it'll be a great stir very soon. A supporter, pretty unspecific, huh? For all we know, this guy's been trying to cook up a large-scale stir for years. I don't see it happening quite yet. Yet, yes, he succeeded to some extent with the ongoing riots. We can keep the situation under control. Revised article. Hey, Raban, I finished revising the article you sent me and scheduled it for 3 p.m. like you asked. Don't know if I'll be available for another one. I'm going to be a bit occupied tonight. Maybe I can spare some time remotely if I get a chance. One more thing. This bakery thing is getting ugly. Bouquet thing is getting ugly. Lots of TMB believers are flooding us with threats on Blabber. Did you read any of that creeping me out? You know, I go to any length with you, just like when we moved to the nation. You're my brother. Nothing can change that. It's even fine if you're not telling me the whole truth. What about Karen? They even insult her. She doesn't deserve it to be treated that way. Don't you think it's about time you gave out a statement? You can easily debunk these lies. Okay, important information. Okay. Well, you know what, though? It is currently 8:20, which means we are at the end of our 40-minute segment here. So we're going to go ahead and actually close out this episode of the YouTube recording. So, with all that being said, oh man, I have definitely migrated, haven't I? Didn't even notice. Like I said, my chair went down and things went kind of wonky. with that, I'll be saying thank you very much, folks, for watching on YouTube. I hope you enjoy. If you do like what you see here, please make sure that you help me out by clicking the like button on the video, commenting on the video. That helps me with the YouTube algorithm. Make sure that you also click the subscribe button if you haven't already, and click the notification bell. That way you'll know when new videos come up on the channel. I do post new videos to the channel every Monday through Friday, so it's a great way to catch up on previous streams we've done here, previous series, and some of the other stuff that we're doing on the offsite. As well, you can find links to all my various social media channels down on the doobly-doo, both on YouTube and on Twitch. So if you want to continue this conversation after we're done here, that's the best way to do it. With all that said, though, thank you very much for being here. Again, I hope that you enjoyed, and until I see you next time, game on, lovelies.